Yeah! Welcome to the podcast, Stop Crying Poser, greatest podcast known to man, as voted by Sigrur, Einar, Guðmundur, Gunnar, Olafur, Ingeborg, Christian, Magnus, and Helga. Also, shout out to Node for Droid, Sully Waldrop, Kiss My Arse, Love My Toe, Dietrich, Amigo, Cam, Sully, Amigo, Josh, iBook Boy, Amigo, the same names over and over again. We do this podcast every single Friday right around 3:30 p.m. Pacific time. The time right now is 3:35, which means we are only 5 minutes late. Let's start with a recap of the week. I hurt my neck. What did you hurt your neck doing? I don't know. Probably sleeping. That's always like the old person way to get hurt. How'd you get hurt? Well, I went to sleep unhurt, and then when I woke up, I was hurt. I knew this guy, Josh. He was a bartender, and he showed up to work one day with like a full-on foot cast boot. I was like, what happened to your leg? He's like, oh, I broke my foot. I was like, how? He said, I was sleeping. I said, wait a minute, you fell out of the bed? Do you sleep in a bunk bed or something? He goes, nope. I was just sleeping, and my foot got in between the wall and the bed, and it broke. Okay, good. So I guess we're just getting hurt while doing nothing. I snored too hard. It may have been a weightlifting injury, but I didn't feel it at all. And it's been bad one day. The next day, it's good. The next day, it's bad. The next day, it's good. You don't realize how often you use your neck when you're sucking dick. No, I'm joking. When you're driving. When I'm driving, I try to look behind me, and I can't look behind me. I have to turn both shoulders all the way around, even like to take off my seatbelt. I'm like, I gotta move around like a fucking Titan robot. So that was that's great. It's really disrupting my skateboarding, along with the heat. This week it's 105, 106, 107, 108. For the next 10 days, every single high is between 105 and 109. So excessive heat warning here in Las Vegas. If you guys are in a place that's very hot, you guys need to make sure to hydrate. Be careful out there. The neck is still in pain. I don't really know what to do to fix it other than stretch out my neck and avoid those lifts that I was doing that day. I think it may have been an overhead press problem, but it could also just be sleeping and getting old. So that's my neck. What else has been going on? Well, my roof. I told you guys last week they were redoing my roof, and bad news, but turned into good news. So I got an update, and all these little pieces of the puzzle are falling together. So they took all the shingles off my old roof, and then they repaired the damaged 4x8 panels that were up there, and all the plywood that's up there. So it was all good. I had a perfectly functioning roof. Then the next step is to put on shingles, right? But here's the middle part. Someone shows up with a crane and delivers all the shingles. Well, as they delivered the shingles, they blasted another hole into my roof. And I was like, what's wrong with these guys? Like, they're all working for the same company. Why would you fix my roof just to re-break it again? And then they fixed it over the hole. So now I have like a divot. I have a big dent in my roof where water would pool up. So between talking to the company owner and the guy that's the head of the job and the people that delivered the shit, it turns out that usually their shingle distributor is another company. That company was out of that particular brand of shingles, so they went out of their network to get another brand of shingle delivery people who came, and they don't give a fuck because they don't work with that company very much. They don't give a fuck about anyone else's hard work. So they came in, broke a bunch of shit, and that happened. Also, they broke a hole in my bathroom, which that'll get fixed. I'll probably end up fixing that myself. Me and my G-Paw will fix that, and they're gonna knock off like $200 off of our final price. So that's been going on. Luckily, it's never gonna rain for the next fucking several months because, like I said, excessive heat warning. If it even tried to rain, the rain would come down, and before it would even hit my roof, it would turn into steam and blow away. There's no raining in summertime. If you did, like I'm talking to the rain, if you even think about raining, I'm gonna come over there and I'm gonna pop you one, you bitch, you dumbass cloud. So the roof is whatever. How about during the week? What have I been doing? We've been streaming a lot. I got these beat boxes the other day. The new sponsor of my Twitch channel. That was actually a joke, but we're gonna make it happen. Beatbox is like a little milk carton, but instead of milk, it carries alcohol. 11% alcohol. So think like a Four Loko in a box, which is good because here's the thing. They may have thought about this, but I acknowledged it. The beatbox opens up like it actually opens up like chicken stock. If you guys have ever bought chicken stock, you open it, it breaks the seal, and the cap doesn't quite get back on, but it can kind of screw on just enough to where it's closed. The issue is when you're drinking those high alcohol drinks like a Four Loko, you get to drinking them, and then you get to being drunk. And then you get to start spilling your Four Loko, you spill it, spills on the ground, now your carpet's bright fucking purple and smells like cough medicine, and now you're bummed out, right? Well, Beatbox solved all of that. It has a cap on it, so when I start to get drunk or buzzed or in a good mood, whatever I am, and I knock it over with my feet, which I inevitably do. I've probably spilled wine in my living room over under 500 times. So my carpet, if you look at it closely, you can see decades of wine and beer spills, even with the carpet cleaner. You never quite get it out, but Beatbox solved that problem. So I've been streaming a lot, not so much playing games, mostly just sitting back watching YouTube. The first half of the week, I was just kind of in a bad mood. My neck was hurting. The weather, listen, I'm one of those guys who I will complain about anything, anytime, even if life is kind of good. When it's cold, I say it's so cold, it's depressing. You know, I go outside, it's 40, 50 degrees, I'm freezing to death. Makes me sad, it's rainy, it's cloudy. But then when it's summertime, I'm also complaining. You go outside, and I know a lot of you guys have probably experienced hot weather, but I don't know if you really have experienced walking from your 77-degree house into 110-degree outdoor weather. Like my GoPro mount melted to my dashboard the other day, so that was cool. It's terrible. It's depressing. You walk out there, it's awful. You can smell it. You can smell the heat outside, and it's not so much. Okay, how about this? A better way to explain it. You ever been cooking something and you open your oven and your face is too close to the oven? You go, oh, that was too hot, man. That was 450-degree oven. That's exactly what it feels like. Except obviously you're not literally burning, but it's that quick, that natural emotion that goes, oh fuck, this is bad. You know, everything natural in your body, your evolutionary, like your brain is just telling you, don't do that. Don't continue doing that. That ain't gonna be good. You should turn around and go back to wherever you were just at a minute ago. So that was the first half of the week. And then the second half of the week, I don't know, came from out of nowhere, just got to be in a good mood. Just started being in a good mood for no reason. As far as last weekend, I don't think anything too exciting happened. A lot of the times I have some fun stories to share of the weekend. I will tell you this, man. I've been gambling $20 a week, sometimes 40. And the slot machine has not been friendly to me at all. It has been so cold. I know a lot of you guys don't really care about playing Keno, but my second Twitch channel, I think it's called Steve Plays Keno. I got to figure out, maybe I'll change that again. I got to figure out how to get the login figured out. Anyways, have not been making any money on the games, but I did go play pool at the bar on Wednesday, me and my friend Elliot, and I saw something, I don't know, just, it's always fun. Okay, two things. Number one, okay, a person threw up in the bar that I don't know. Okay, they walked in, they threw up. They blamed the tequila. They said it was a brand of tequila that they weren't familiar with, but it was probably just a person being drunk. Anyways, they threw up. They grabbed their mouth. They ran for the trash can. like, here's the thing about throwing up. Your hand doesn't usually help. It rarely does your hand, like, you put your hand over your mouth and it goes like, oh, that solved everything. I'm suddenly not gonna throw up. Look, step 1, pull out hand. Step 2, cover mouth. No throw up has ever been avoided like that. So anyways, to try to calm them down and not make them feel too embarrassed, I was going to the bar anyways, so I jumped over the pile of throw up, like giggling, which some could say that would be like offensive. Maybe maybe they thought I was talking shit. I'm sure they didn't, because one of the guys came over and he's like, he looked at me, I looked at him, I was like, I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna tell the bartender your friend threw up, but he was gonna tell the bartender anyways. And I was like, you know what happens to everybody? And he goes, here's the question: towel or mop? And I said, bro, that's gonna be a mop situation over there. That was a lot of throw up. Did I ever tell you guys a story, man? My ex-girlfriend threw up in this bar called Tap House. Threw up on this really short carpet, like this really firm carpet. And it's an old ass bar. It's probably been there for fucking 50, 60, 70 years. Super old bar. Everything in there is old. They've never changed the decoration since day one. And instead of pulling out a mop and a mop bucket, they pulled out some vacuum from the 50s, which the bag for the vacuum was still made from leather. So it was like old school ass vacuum, still working. And I vacuumed up this throw up, but that vacuum's not made for liquid. It's not made for throw up. It's not made for anything that stinks. All right, this is probably back in the day when the only thing a housewife had to clean up was like breadcrumbs and, you know, like flour falling off the kitchen table. No one's using that old ass thing to clean up human barf. And I assure you, that vacuum never smelled the same again. I can't think of a way anyone could ever clean it, because it was like fabric. Like these days, vacuums, they have like a big plastic cylinder inside them, or some type of some type of cleanable device to take outside, hose it down if it gets too gross. But not the old school, man. Full on leather barf. So yeah, somebody threw up at the bar the other day. People are just crazy, dude. People are weird. You can't predict anybody. In fact, I got a story. Every good story, every great mythical tale begins in a Walmart. So I went to Walmart. I tell you guys always, I'm in a Walmart with a purpose. I go in there. I know exactly what I need. I know exactly what route I'm going to take. I go here, I go here, I go here, I go here, then I leave. Also, me and self-checkout, beep, 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 beep. I see these motherfuckers in self-checkout. They look like they're at the DMV. They look like they're a turtle going slow motion. What was that movie? What was it? Some like cat had to like solve crimes or something, and then they went to the DMV and everyone was going super slow. I think it's called Zootopia. Anyways, self-checkout is sick. So anyways, guy at Walmart. You guys have heard the term code switching. It's when like a white guy talks black, or a black guy gets pulled over and talks white, or you know, or I get drunk and I say, hand me a beer away. You know, it happens. Sometimes it happens. Not everybody has that gene. Bro, I was at Walmart yesterday. I was picking up a little piece of broccoli, and this white dude, younger than me, white dude comes over while FaceTiming loud as fuck. FaceTiming on the phone in the middle of the Walmart produce area, because I'm at a Walmart grocery store. He goes, man, I don't even know what the fuck this shit is, man. Is this corn? I don't even know what this shit is. Corn? I might have to ask somebody. I'm gonna have to ask somebody if this is corn or not. Hey, Miss Lady. Hey, Miss Lady. Hey, you work here? Hey, Miss Lady. Is this some corn? And I just thought to myself, like, God, like, who would ever be that fool's friend? His parents are embarrassed. Whoever he's talking to is probably just equally as left behind as he is. And that's a verbatim quote. I didn't take any comedic liberties there. I didn't add to the story at all. Oftentimes I tell the story, I add a couple of details. There was nothing added. Though that word for word, that's exactly what happened. And someone in Twitch was like, maybe they were TikToking for a reaction, and if they were, you know, they didn't get me because I just walked away, and then I saved this story in my head to talk about later. OG Mickey says like J-Rock from Trailer Park Boys. Very similar. Yes, very similar. It kind of makes me question myself, like, oh, why am I talking shit? Like, maybe that guy just, maybe he talks like that. I don't know. Maybe that's his neighborhood. Maybe that's his family. Who knows? But I also, the other half of me is just like, dude, and I'm reaching here. If you get in a fight or you're getting pulled over, or what's Malibu's Most Wanted, right? Remember Malibu's Most Wanted? They try to scare him into like talking white, and they just scared the fuck out of him. He's like, I'm sorry, this will never happen again. My mistake. I sometimes wonder if you cornered somebody like that or put them in a situation where they're a little bit out of their comfort zone, they will switch back. And I don't know, it doesn't bother me, but it's something that I just notice. Number one, loud, like, okay, let's go full on black stereotype. Number one, full on FaceTime in the grocery store being super loud. Okay, then you had the accent that was kind of black. First off, every black person knows what corn looks like. So he went a little overboard. He got a little creative with white guy trying to pretend he was black, like assuming that black people don't know what corn is. I assure you, they know. I promise you, there's no black person that goes in the grocery store and can't figure out which one is corn. And then the whole, hey, Miss Lady, like that, for me, that's you watching too much movies or TV shows or something. Anyways, I also find it hard to believe that anyone has that many questions about corn. Also, to be fair, it wasn't like a confusing piece of corn, right? It wasn't hidden inside of a husk. It was in fact corn on the cob. Well, I don't know. You know, times are changing. So that was just something that threw me off at Walmart. I went in there trying to get a rotisserie chicken. It was 7:15. The only chickens they had were made at 4:30, and I'm a prude when it comes to chicken. I said, hell no. You think I'm gonna buy a 2.5 hour old chicken? What? In America? Fuck no. So I went and got some drumsticks. Ate some drumsticks last night. Been eating kind of healthy this week. Oh yeah, check out the new haircut. I've been eating. There's a big L. That's an L for taking so many L's. What the fuck was I just talking about? I don't even remember. Eventful week, man. Oh, what have I been eating? I've been eating a lot of salads. Last weekend, I went straight from like fast food to ramen, back to fast food, Carl's Jr., hamburgers, and then I had made my own burgers, smash burgers. So I was like, okay, dude, let's go healthy for a few days. I went full on salads. Been doing Caesar salads. I take the pre-made Caesar salad dressing. I add a couple of ingredients that would already have been in there. Lemon juice, which I'm now supplementing lime juice. Dijon mustard with horseradish. Extra pepper. And then boom, I have like a fresher version of store-bought Caesar dressing. Well, riveting. Can we talk about salad all night long? I bet you guys are on the edge of your seat. So salad, I ate salad. What's been going on with Instagram? Well, I have a second Instagram and a second YouTube channel, and now I have a TikTok, ladies and gentlemen. I have a TikTok. I had a TikTok for a while, and I got so annoyed with it because, number one, it takes up too much space on my phone, so I figured out a way to limit how much space it takes, and number two, I can't fast forward. If I can't fast forward, I don't like it. Instagram Reels, it's very hard for me to fast forward those. I think some of them, there's a little scroll bar at the bottom. If I can't fast forward, why would I watch this shit? Also, the little trends and shit where they go, you won't believe what happens at the end. Stay tuned until the end. If you have to tell me to stay tuned until the end, then I know that you wasted the first half of my time. It has to do with X amount of seconds, gets you X amount of money or ads or something. I don't know. If you have to tell me to stay tuned, I'm not doing it. I'm untuning. I'm tuning out. So I got the Tic Tac. God, what a boomer. I got the old Tic Tac Talk Toe app over there on the old iPhone. I signed up on the internet with my name and my number, and I made sure to leave a voicemail with the men and women of TikTok saying when you get this, get back to me. I don't know how to scroll. They never got back to me. All I do is talk to robots on there. Got the tic-tac. Got the TikTok. God, I hate this. Second Instagram, second YouTube channel, Steve Hates Skating. I thought of this idea drunk the other day, which is why I need to continue drinking, guys. It's not a problem, it's a solution. The idea was that shorts, YouTube shorts and vertical Instagram shorts, vertical Instagram reels and YouTube shorts and TikToks are performing better than anything filmed in 16:9. So I set up a template in my editing program. I started making highlights of the most mean shit that I say during Ninja Review. So I have a Ninja Review that's 10 minutes long, and it usually has about 1 minute of negativity, where I'll make fun of someone's shoes or their bad style, or I'll say they look bad when they landed the trick, or they have fake style, or I'll say they dragged their toe or their heel, so they're not good, the trick doesn't count. And the rest of the video, when it's on YouTube, I'm usually saying nice things. But since the Instagram is Steve Hates Skating, I cut out only the negative shit and I put it on Instagram. And since it's not related to my actual YouTube channel, no one on Instagram knows that I ride a skateboard. They all think that I'm just some random guy talking shit on pro skaters, which even if I was, who gives a fuck? It's still allowed. I could talk shit on anyone, on any sport, at any time, whenever I want. As long as I'm not in fucking China or Russia, I can do all those things without everyone crying. But that's part of it. We have all this freedom here in America that I'm free to say mean things about some skateboarder that you've never met. And then you are then also free to start crying. So anyways, quick recap. My YouTube channel was very, very successful. It was one of the fastest growing it was the #1 fastest growing YouTube channel for skateboarding for many months. I was getting 20, 30,000 subscribers every month, and that went on for a few months. And then they took away a bunch of them and put a bunch of them back. So there was a time when life was really good. Cake Muscle was on fire. And then YouTube decided to go forward with only putting ads on ad-friendly content. So if you had a channel that had anything to do with shooting guns or anything political or cursing, saying bad words, over the years, I've had 3 or 4 strikes, copyright strikes, community guideline strikes for bullying. Anyone who's like a red flag for advertisers, they stopped showing my videos to subscribers. So for the past 4, 5, 6, 7 years, a lot of the newer skateboarders have never had access to my videos. And that all changed a few days ago when I took all of those videos and ideas and I put them on a brand new account on Instagram. And now these kids are like, where did you come from? I've never heard of you. You don't skate. And I'm kind of in this mindset where I'm like, well, I kind of created this whole genre. In fact, there's a video of me from 2011. The video is titled Ultimate Street League Hater 2011. And I get all these people saying, you're copying Gifted Hater. You're a shitty version of Gifted Hater. You're just stealing his ideas. And that's fine. You guys can say that. Gifted Hater is great at what he does. He makes a lot of people laugh. He's killing it. His content is very entertaining. But I didn't steal my shit from him. You know what I mean? And I play dumb in these comments. If you guys haven't followed the second channel, Steve Hates Skating, especially on Instagram, follow it now and go read the comments. I got 1,000 comments yesterday of people saying, you can't kickflip, you can't do anything. And I just respond to every one of them acting super dumb. I'm like, what do you mean? I kickflip, I upload footage all the time. They're like, you've never uploaded footage? And then I don't tell them my real channel. So then they go to the wrong channel and all they see is me talking more and more shit. And my newest quote today is, I've been saying this all day today. So on one of the videos, okay, I've been repeating a couple of the quotes. Number one is the first comment. They go, well, if you're so good, you should do those tricks. And in the video, it's a guy not landing any tricks. It's just him putting his hand on the ground. So then I put a quotation, touches ground, now what? So that's my go-to response for that. The other one is I bet you don't even skate. And then I write double check. And they say, I looked at your channel and I said, check again. And then I hear the word yap over and over again. I've seen the word yap, quit yapping. Remember back on the internet when everyone said the word cringe and everyone said lit and everyone said no cap? Now the new word is yap, and I see it over and over again. And my response for that is, you guys think you're like unique skateboarders? You can't even talk without copying each other. You guys can't even speak and think of your own words. You can't even form your own sentence without copying each other and following what's trending. God, imagine being so unclever. And I say that about skateboarding a lot lately. Everyone says, well, everyone can skateboard in their own way. You can't judge skateboarding. Skateboarding doesn't have any rules. And then it's like, well, skateboarding has a lot of rules. You guys all talk the same, so there must be a rule on what words you're allowed to say. You guys all dress the same. There must be a rule on how you're supposed to dress. You guys all film the same and edit your videos the same. There must be a rule on how to film and how to edit. Like, you guys are all doing the same thing. And as soon as I say that you suck at skating because your foot didn't land on the board, your toe dragged or your heel dragged, then suddenly it's, well, that doesn't matter. There's no rules. That doesn't even matter. Okay, so landing the trick clean doesn't matter, but if you dress any different than you're allowed, you're kicked out of skating. Okay, I just want to know where the rules were. Anyways, the Steve Hates Skating channel is great, especially on Instagram. Go check it out just for the comments. And it's gaining traction now because some people go on there and they're kind of being the same troll as me. You know, they'll be like, oh yeah, Steve skates, but you got to know where to find the footage. Or yeah, he skates, but you're not ready for it. You know, people are just messing with these new guys. I started off saying, oh, you don't know about me because you're new. But then I kind of decided to stop saying that because that sounds a little bit too like narcissistic, right? Like, oh, you've never heard of me. Then again, it's okay, you're 14 years old. How the fuck would you have ever heard of me, dude? You're brand new to the internet. You're brand new to skateboarding. Like I'm just so special. Anyways, another thing that I've been saying, you guys are gonna love this, especially on the Tales of the Narcissist argument. Everyone says, this video makes me so mad. And I write, so I control your emotions, question mark? So I can control you? And then other people write, you are ruining skateboarding. I said, I'm ruining the entire sport of skateboarding? I must be so powerful. I must be a god if I can ruin the entire sport by myself. I can control your thoughts and I can ruin entire sports. Oh, pickleball, you're up next. I started with skateboarding. Next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna ruin it for everyone. Pickleball is going down. Man, I've made this joke several times in the past. I've done this before, right? I'm a black belt in trolling like kids online, and I have the experience from scooter riders. The skateboarders of today are such pussified pussies that they are the exact same human as scooter riders were 10, 15 years ago. All you had to do was tell a scooter rider, like, oh, you can't backflip? Well, I did, you suck. And they would turn red and go, wah! No! And they would dedicate the next 6 weeks of their life to commenting on your shit and challenging you and trying to insult you with little internet words. That's skateboarders today. They are so easy to manipulate. They can't think for themselves. They've already turned their brain off. So it's beyond easy, and I'm going to continue doing it. I'm going to continue doing it because I'm ruffling all the feathers, and when I get done, there's not going to be any feathers left. Oh, man. Somebody wrote the other day, oh, it's people like you that make me want to quit skating. Like, oh, okay. Well, I hate to break this to you, but skating's probably not for you, dude. Imagine what happens when you really get out there and scrape your elbow. Oh, God! An elbow scrape, I promise you, an elbow scrape hurts more than my little Instagram video. So if the Instagram video was too painful, I'd hate to see what it looks like when you hit a pebble and fall going 1 mile per hour and get a tiny scratch on your elbow. I'll say it.
I don't even care about your elbow. I don't even care that you broke your elbow.
So Instagram has been a blast. I'm addicted to social media, man. I wasn't for a long time. I kind of fell off. I checked it every once in a while. Right now, my phone's in the other room. I can't wait to go look at it and see how many people are crying right now. I can't wait to get off the podcast and go grab my phone. And that's like real addiction. Like if I get a comment a day, a week ago, I go, oh, cool comment. Oh, I haven't talked to that guy in a while. Oh, cool comment. Oh, I wonder what he's up to. Now I've got 1,000 in 24 hours. I'm like, yes, dude, this is cool. Like I matter again. I'm relevant again. So so I'm not perfect either, but it's been really fun going through this thing, and maybe we'll keep it going, man. Maybe I'll be up there with Gifted Hater soon. Maybe I'll be the second place hater coming soon, because I definitely have the insight to get under these skateboarders' nerves. What do we got? That's really all I have for things that have been going on this week. We tried to look up interesting things that have happened in the news. Nothing, man. Not so much is happening in the news. Just you read the news, it's just more people going crazy, more people doing crazy shit. This is happening over there, this happening overseas. You know, nothing fun. Remember the good old days with Gabriella? We used to read news articles and they would just spell everything wrong, and now we got AI. No one spells anything wrong anymore, man. Pissing me off. What have I been watching on the damn Netflix? I watched a movie the other day called Godzilla -1. Visually, pretty okay show. I don't like watching, what do you call it, dubs. I don't like watching a movie that's dubbed. So halfway through, I started falling asleep. I didn't quite understand what was going on. So, whatever. Godzilla -1. If you like Godzilla shit, listen, if you like Godzilla shit, you've already seen that. Because it came out in theaters and it just came out on Netflix. So I don't know if I would recommend it. What else did I watch? The South Park obesity special. I watched it when I was drunk and high off weed. I don't remember much of it, but I remember watching it and saying, that was funny. You know, hey, that was funny. The end. If you guys have seen it, I don't know much about Ozempic, but I watched the South Park thing, and now suddenly I want to inject myself with weight loss drugs because South Park makes it look really easy. There's also one part where Randy goes in this room filled with all these chicks, and the chicks are asking him about weight loss drugs, but he thinks they're talking about hardcore drugs. So like, hey, Randy, what drugs are you on? He's like, you know, whatever. I'm on whatever you guys got. I don't know why I like that so much. Can you imagine walking into a room of people doing drugs, but you don't know what the drug is? And like, hey, you ready for some drugs? And you're just like, yeah, whatever you got. I don't have a preference. He goes, yeah, I'm down for whatever. Then they handed him a weight loss drug. He's like, what do I do with this? What do I do with this? I'm all whatever, dude. Okay. I thought it was funny. I think it just brings back all these memories of people I grew up with who are just down for whatever. I remember one day I went to the strip club a long time ago with this fool Justin Fig. And he's like, yeah, I went to the fucking bathroom in there and there was a line of white powder on the toilet seat and I fucking snorted it. And I was like, what was it? He's like, I don't know. It could only be 3 or 4 things. And I'm like, wait, what? He's like, yeah, but who cares, man? It's whatever. It could only be a couple of things, you know. It's gonna be like cocaine, meth, Molly. You know, it's something. It's something. I'll let you know in 10 minutes what it was. And he was fine. And he was fine. God, yeah, I don't know what's up with him. Haven't spoke to him in years. Yeah, rat poison. Can you imagine? You know what? Let's not talk about it. Let's not give anybody some ideas. You do that shit at Walmart, rat poison on the stalls, there's going to be mass casualties. I also started season 3 of a show called Sweet Tooth. I don't know what in the fuck is going on in this show, Sweet Tooth, man. It's about a kid who's like half human, half deer, and he's hanging out with this chick who's half human, half pig. You know, like they're all some type of like mutant aliens, and they're going on this quest to try and to try and cure COVID. Yeah, they're like, well, half antlered, like half deer and half pig go off on some quest to cure COVID. and I'm on season 3, so it's pretty well done. Although 3 episodes into season 3, the writing has gotten a little bit lazy. It's one of those movies where like someone's like cornered and you're like, oh fuck, like that's it, dude, it's over. Like they're in the corner and then like the 2 bad guys turn on each other and then the one person survives. It's just like lazy writing. You know what I mean? Or like, you know, halfway through a movie and somebody's like, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, I can fly. I forgot to tell you, I have magical wishing power. And you're like, wait a minute, dude, did you just run out of shit to write? Well, none of this was mentioned in the first half hour of the show, and now suddenly you can fly? You know, like shit like that, just lazy writing. So anyway, I'm going to continue the series. Just like everything, once I've spent 2 or 3 hours on something, on like a series or even on like a skateboarding trick, now we got to do it. We gotta do it for the rest of our lives. So South Park, pretty good. Sweet Tooth, pretty good. Godzilla, if you like Godzilla, you would have already seen it. So that's all I have for today as far as topics. Can I get a oh, hell yeah from those of you in the chat room who chose to stick around? Oh shit, trivia. I forgot trivia. Thank you, trivia. God damn it. Would you like a chance to win a Ninja Lifestyle sticker pack as long as you live in America? Well, we just watched a video of Championship World's Strongest Man Eddie Hall powerbomb 2 dwarfs and knock one out in what looked like a complete foreign country freak show MMA fight. So my trivia question is, what is the signature event of the World's Strongest Man? The final event. 5 heavy spherical objects which increase in weight from 100 to 160 kilograms. They need to be placed on top of 5 high platforms that span 16 to 33 feet long. In the early years, it was extremely rare for competitors to be able to lift all 5 of these things, but now they have the technique down. I would have accepted 2 different answers. We got Big Ball Hall. Sully says Atlas Stones. Kisma says Wrestling a Bear. Mickey says Atlas Stones. iBook says Atlas Stones. Atlas Stones is the correct answer, although I would have also accepted Lifting Stone. I've lifted an Atlas Stone, not one over 100 kilograms. I probably could not lift one like that. But I've definitely lifted like a 60-pound one before in Texas, and I think I did one here at the Mr. Olympia fucking trade show or whatever. So I used to be into strongman shit. Now I'm a little weak baby. Too bad they don't have weak baby man, because then I'd be a champion of that. Sully, get me your information at the end of the podcast, and I will ship these stickers to you eventually. I know that I owe a couple of you stickers. I owe stickers to Day Day. I owe stickers to Love My Toe. And now I owe stickers to Sully, so get back to me. This is the only podcast in the world that gives away free Ninja Lifestyle stickers every single episode. Now, can I get a hell yeah from those of you in the chat that stuck around for the whole podcast? If you missed part of the podcast, don't worry. The repeat comes out on Podbean, on YouTube, on podcast app, on Spotify, anywhere where podcasts can be found. It comes out on Sunday, just in time for you to go to work. I appreciate the resubscribes today. iBook Boy resubscribed, and Love My Toe resubscribed for multiple months, 39 months. I think Toe's in there for like 30 months. My alerts are not working correctly right now, so I can't shout everyone out. I would love for you guys to have sent me money. I always accept money. Oh, Ninja Lifestyle made me laugh. He made me laugh. Here's $2. You know, I'd be tipping the bartender. You guys can tip me. You don't have to, because I know money's tight right now. But here's what you can do. Tell a friend about the podcast. Shout out to Kisma, Cam, OG Mickey, Loki, Love My Toe, Sully, Day Day, iBook Boy, Tinky, Live Node for Droid. I appreciate all of you guys for hanging out. The stream will not end, but as far as the official podcast, that is all I have for you guys today. So I hope everyone has a great weekend. Oh shit, I didn't talk about this. I'll mention this next week. Hopefully, Next week, I can get out to the cliffs and go cliff jumping, and I can try attempt number 1 of achieving my New Year's resolution of doing a double backflip. I'll probably be too scared on my first attempt, but we have plenty of summertime to go. Shout out to you guys. I'm getting ready for NinjaCon. Tinky, you want to come out to NinjaCon? We do a hangout and get drunk every single Friday here. If you guys watch live, I'll tell you guys where it's at. Anyways, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope everyone has a great weekend. And as I always say, don't drink too much and don't drink too little. Hey, Miss Lady, is this some type of corn? Hey, Miss Lady, I don't know what the fuck this is.